Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Irish Critics. I'm the real Solid Snake, and today decided not to do a film for the first review of 2014. Instead, I'm going to do an anime. Okay.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Why do you always appear every time I say anime?
Stop trying to steal my shit, man.
I would if you would do some fucking videos. Anyway.
Touche.
Okay, so you're joining me again, may as well sit down. Okay, guys, the anime that we're doing. You ever watch the Guyver?
No. No, I'm just kidding. I saw the film.
Okay, so let's start this again. I'm the real Solid Snake.
And I'm Successor now.
And I'm the Irish Gamer! Oh yeah!
Sit down! We have to keep an eye on him now these days in case he gets lost again in that phantom zone. So, yes, we're here today to talk about an anime show that I watched back whenever I was a kid. Like, it was actually one of the first animes I watched.
Before I was born.
Well, it didn't exactly become widespreadly available here like until after you were born. Like, but
the early 90s, if I remember.
The early 90s is when I watched, but in 1995, the Guyver. Now, it was a 12-episode series that was with manga, and told the story of a young boy called Sho Fukumachi who stumbled across the Guyver unit, and then used the suit to fight against the, evil Kronos Corporation.
Of course, the Guyver itself, it was one of three that was stolen by a sort of repentant scientist who was modified by the Kronos Corporation.
Malbots? Yeah.
That's correct. The three units, one was partially damaged in escape. One, the guy lost when he was trying to make his escape from the Kronos Corporation.
See, this is a thing, like, the story of the Guyver always starts off that way, like that being like you've seen like in the films, like
the original OVA animated series, the new
animated
series,
yeah.
the films.
Always starts off like it's the same guy. Always takes the three units, and always one of them was always damaged, which was Guyver 2. The Guyver just obviously there isn't only one Guyver. There's three Guyvers. I don't know. You see, in the original OVA, I thought Guyver 2 was a bit useless.
But Guyver 2 in the original OVA is...
He's only in it for like 2 episodes.
Yeah, and
they killed him off far too soon, if you ask me. But, no, in regards to that, like, I have to say, the Guyver, I loved it back in the day. Like, I thought it had a really good storyline. It was always kind of like the good versus evil demographic, like, to it all. It
was also the kind of everyman versus the mega corporation.
Yeah, the guys in the suits and everything, pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much every bad guy before they turned into some kind of evil-looking monster. It was usually, black suit, tie, sunglasses on type thing.
What way can I describe it? If you want to do another mental picture of the Kronos Corporation, you probably might strike some similarities. You ever watch Angel? Wolfram and Hart?
Wolfram and Hart, yeah. Angel, the evil conglomerate, it was a law office.
And it was
it had its hand in everything.
Yeah, and it was obviously has strong ties to the demonic world and everything. Yeah. Like it was well, not obviously strong, but you see the Kronos Corporation, like obviously they're the ones who know the truth of how the human race started from ages ago, that the monsters that were created, and obviously basically. In that world today, you don't know who could be a zoonoid or it could be just human. Like, it could be anybody. And that's obviously the scariest thing about that. But in regards to quality, back in the day, like, I absolutely loved it. Like, I do think it was, like,
I personally think the animation still stands up today, too.
Oh, it does?
You always get the nostalgia feel when you watch it, because you go, it was obviously made like in the 80s or the early 90s. Absolutely. That type of quality, but it wasn't, like, large heads type thing there.
It was bloody awesome. I thought the action was incredible. Where did I first see? I think back in the day, I think it was the Paramount channel that was playing it first, and it would be on every Sunday night. Like they showed 3 episodes in a row. I actually didn't catch the very start of it. I only caught it kind of halfway, and one of the episodes I remember watching during my first time watching it was the death of the Guyver.
Yeah, that was but it was the death of, it was actually the death of
Sho. Yes, but it was
brutal.
It was one of the most violent things I'd seen in any animated show at that time. Like, you know,
Well, because it has to be said, when you're in, like when you use the Guyver, using the code word Guyver, it spawns like a Iron Man-esque armor over your body. Especially like if any comic book fans have read the Extremis storyline, not the film from Iron Man 3. It's like Iron Man can summon the armor pretty much from himself. Something similar as the bio boosted armor, which is the Guyver unit.
Yeah.
You know, it looks, you know, it's. You get several weapons, blades on the arms. You get a laser you can shoot from your forehead, which is like a third eye. Sensors on the side, that type of thing.
It's a pretty impressive piece of kit. Like, I'll give it that. And especially like now we'll talk about the death of the Guyver. Here's something else that you can do with the kit. You can't die. It stores your DNA and revives you. It's kind of a pretty handy thing to have, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because.
But let me answer this though. If your body's destroyed, technically, like your soul is gone then, though, right? So recreating it, like, that's not really the real you then, that's just kind of like a clone, is it not, no?
Pretty much. Because they do kind of address that in the manga, which I've read up to fairly recent. Because they do this big try and escape from Earth using the Ark, which is an actual Ark created by the original makers of the Guyver unit and Zonoids and things like that. They try to escape with that. The Ark is shot down, and Sho is killed. He's actually completely disintegrated. It actually wipes him out, there's nothing left. I believe, except the control metal, which then reforms him. It takes like a year to do it, because it also merged him with the remains of the Ark, which made the Super Guyver unit. But it's happened to him like 2 or 3 times. He's died and been brought back, and he does realize, you know, I'm not the real one. The real one's dead. I'm a clone, but I'm still him. So it doesn't really go into a sense of duality. It's not like, oh, he's gone, I'm not the same guy. It's like, no, I'm still the same guy. But I do acknowledge I'm not. But it doesn't make
it's a bit of a mindfuck though,
yeah,
isn't
but
it?
doesn't, he doesn't have any major personality changes. There's no...
It's still him, like, you know, it's kind of like, you copy, like, but then, like, it's kind of like, think a digital version of himself, just
like the Sick Day. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sick Day.
Same thing. But,
same guy, clone, but it doesn't make him any less.
In regards to animation, like we were talking about, like, the animation was pretty decent until they got to the second half of that show, the second season,
You sort of
where
felt that the budget came around out?
I think the budget did run it, because if you look at some of these things here, you can see it's very sloppily done together.
Bit choppy.
Yes. Second season just wasn't as good, if I had to be honest.
But we have to do a bit of a character spotlight now. Guyver 3.
Isn't he awesome? Still, you know, he's everybody's favorite character, like, you know, Agito Makishima. But you see at the start, like, you know, he's kind of like that mystery character, like, you know, but
he's a bit of a mystery. Then he's like the asshole who's, you know, he's not
working.
He's not with the Cronus Corporation, but he's not with the good guys either.
He has his own agenda.
He's the ultimate anti-hero.
Yeah.
From the 80s till present day.
But he'll team up with the heroes, like, in order to get what he wants, like.
But he
also
will leave people high and dry when it matters to him. It's
yeah.
Like, oh, hey, we're fighting 100
He
Zonoids, and he's like, well, I only need to kill this one. Good luck with the rest. And he would piss him off.
He let Enzyme kill Guyver 1, remember?
Yeah.
Like, just in order to get him in, like, and have him tear the place apart whenever he was regenerated. That was part of his plan.
Yeah. He's the ultimate chess master as well, because he goes against so many people in the Cronus Corporation who have been doing this for like centuries, and he's able to more or less match them move for move with very little resources.
So, one thing I'm gonna say as well, like, is that, like, in regards to the Guyver series, the episode 12, obviously, like, your show is traumatized, like, you know, by the fact that he killed his own father unintentionally, like, you know, and that's why he can't transform. But then he gets his transforming powers back and was able to kill the bad guy of that show. But then after that, the show ended. This is one of the things that always pisses me off about certain anime series, like, is that whenever it gets to a certain point, run out of money, and then they don't finish the fucking story.
Well, not even that. Some shows are based off of mangas which are incomplete at that time. Certain shows I can name off the top of my head, High School of the Dead, Sakura, Guyver is obvious because they made a new season, or like a new series of Guyver.
They did.
Brought it up to pretty much when the Super Guyver
let's
was introduced.
talk about that one. You know, I actually just watched that one recently.
They did make an attempt to make the animation quality, like the animation design, pretty similar to the original, which I was really happy about.
The names were kept the same. And one thing I actually liked about it, like, was the fact, like, I kept watching it because it continued the story, and also I wanted to see where it went to.
They
like,
never
developed
said
the characters a bit more.
it wasn't a sequel to the original one, but it did the same moments, same thing. Everything was the same.
Still,
better animation quality.
I just can't forgive Zoonoid Rock Band. What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
What were they thinking? Yeah. Still, anyway, that's our episode for the day, talking about the Guyver. My thoughts on it, like, is that, the first 12 episode series, quite good, still enjoyable. I'd check it out if you get a chance. New one, not quite as good, but still decent. Yeah,
still pretty enjoyable. But the fact is, both are incomplete because it's still based off something that's not finished yet. The Guyver is an ongoing manga series.
Still, I just rather they made something like that had a conclusion. Like
but some people feel really annoyed when you have to make an anime conclusion. Elven Lied, for example, it had a conclusion, but it was not the conclusion of the story because it wasn't finished at the time.
Dragon Ball Z had 300 episodes and they finished that story. If they could do it for Dragon Ball Z, they could do it for the Guyver. Anyway, I'm the real Solid Snake.
I'm Successor. Oh, and by the way, as revenge, I'm doing the Guyver movies. So fuck you.
Oh yeah? Well, you come back next
And
time.
I'm the Irish Gamer!
Out.
Let's go. Me and you are going.
Successor 2L.
Suck my balls.
No, come back. How about Power Rangers the movie next episode?
Power Rangers the movie, so.
Yes.
Power Rangers the movie?
Power Rangers the movie.
No, you're not allowed. Out.
Oh, well, right, you fuck off. And then.
Next time.